Hey guys, my name is Ryan and welcome to HitScan. With the recent patch, we got the addition of the While You Wait feature, which means whilst you're queuing for competitive or quick play, you could jump into the likes of Deathmatch, Skirmish, Training Range, which we'll get onto in a second, and of course custom lobbies, both made by other people and yourself. So in this video, I wanted to go over the 8 best ones to warm up for games or just improve certain elements like aim or mechanics on particular heroes that you should definitely be playing whilst you wait. Before we get started, I did want to shout out the ELO Hell Workshop website. It's amazing for providing the best workshop game mods, little videos to show you how they work and also who made them. And also a very quick shout out to HyperX as well. We've been working with them for quite some time. It's getting to Christmas. If you want to get some last minute stuff, we can talk about that towards the end of the video. But yeah, very quick shout out to HyperX. We use all their peripherals and stuff. We at least recommend you check them out too. But like I said, I did want to start off by talking about the training range. One of the new features now is that you can group up and go into there with your teammates whilst you're waiting for a game. But this also means that you can update and change the training range to be a lot more exciting, and this is something that PMA Jellies has done himself. And it's pretty much the same as the old one other than a few extra bits and pieces. The first you'll notice is a grappling Widow if you want to practice your in-air shots, if you're playing Widow yourself, or just other heroes are sort of aiming moving targets like that. You also have 2 Pharas flying above if you want some further distance training to make sure that you can hit those shots. And of course you have Symmetra throwing out some turrets, which is really good if you want to sort of practice some quick fire flick shots to get the most out of it. It's a really nice addition. I think we're going to see more stuff like this in the future. This was updated very recently by PMA Jellies, so it's something that I could definitely see other workshop users and Jellies himself really working out extra stuff to do in there. But it's a start. It's nice to see that this has been done by a couple of people in the community already. The second tool I did want to highlight next is also by PMA Jellies, and that is the aim tool. All of these will be in the description, but they are also on screen as you're seeing. I actually love this. It's very similar to an aim trainer that you'd get on Steam or other third-party games that do similar stuff to this, moving targets, threat level targets, those kind of things. There are multiple versions of this that PMA Jellies has done, but this is the most recent, and personally I think it's the best. It's a really good way of working out where your weaknesses may be. Now, speaking to some other coaches and people that have practiced stuff like aim in the past, relying on aim trainers like this to improve your aim just isn't really what people should be doing. The best way to improve it is to be in sort of high tense situations such as competitive or in 1v1s with actual friends that play the game a lot too. That's where you're going to get that muscle memory, I suppose, and where you learn to aim in a more concerning environment. Whereas in aim training, you kind of just sat there like clicking heads with one hand, scratching your ass with the other. You know what I mean? Like there's not really any urgency. So this is a great way to sort of practice stuff. For example, myself, my hand-eye coordination isn't very good, and certainly an area of me to be able to be better. Me seeing a target and then clicking it, there's a bit of a delay there, I suppose. And I definitely suffer from something called controller aim, where I sort of drag my cursor along instead of flicking to where it should be. Yeah, that could be a lot better for me personally. That's something for me to practice, and this is a great way to just warm up, stretch out your arm muscles and just get into the mood of clicking heads. But don't rely on this alone to try and improve your aim, because it's not going to do too much unless it's in a dedicated environment. But this is one of the best tools out there. I think PMA Jellies has done an amazing job of just having something there for you to warm up. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. The next is another personal favourite of mine, and this is from APM, and it's a Flak 1v1 tool. You could either choose Tracer, Genji or Doomfist on Paris, picking multiple areas of the maps to have these 1v1s, and you will just have these flankers spawning over and over again, and it's your job to deal with them. You could be playing Anna. I usually play Baptiste, as you haven't guessed. From the gameplay in the background, I'm trying to play a lot of him at the moment, so it's a really good way to sort of practice flicking, working out where Tracer's going to blink, when a Genji's sort of going to jump you. You can have a Genji and a Tracer fight you at the same time, or if you want that real competitive experience, enable all 3 of the DPS to fight you 1v1. It's just a nice tool to really get into the mood of fighting some of the trickier flankers. You can increase and decrease the difficulty as you see fit. Another really good option if you're interested in it. Now this next one that I wanted to highlight is actually 3 different ones. There's probably more too, to be honest, but these are all from Darwin, and you probably have the idea already. These are tools designed to practice certain mechanics. For example, we have the Ana sleep one that's been shown on screen, enabling you to practice sleeping targets as Ana. They will appear out of nowhere, you need to fight them, and it's similar with the other two that I wanted to highlight. The Reinhardt block one as well, similar thing, but you have Reinhardt trying to block Earth Shatters and other abilities coming in. And then of course you also have an EMP practice, again as Ana. You'll try to sleep or kill the Sombra before she EMPs you. Really good way to just sort of be aware of your surroundings, quick reactions and all that. Again, a nice little thing to add to your repertoire of practice, warm-up and just general workouts, I suppose as it would be best way to describe it. The next one is by APM, the guy that did the Flanker 1v1 one as well, and it's a Pharah distance shooting. You can change the distance that the Pharah appears away. You can even add a Mercy and have the Pharah fire back at you. Another great way to just practice firing from a distance on a target that's constantly moving. Again, it's not going to make you amazing on its own, but I'd like to think of all of these kind of like a gym workout. You don't just go to the gym and do bicep curls and then expect the whole of your body to be absolutely shredded afterwards. You have to incorporate different exercises that go over different tools and mechanics, I suppose, and it's very much the same when it comes to aim and using abilities here too. So one of these on its own isn't very good, but if you switch between them, warm up and then obviously play competitive, play deathmatch, play those kind of game modes where you are put in a bit of more of a pressured situation, that's how you improve. Or just play other games as well. You've got Call of Duty out now at the moment, Halo Reach, CSGO, Project A soon no doubt. But I definitely recommend that you try and keep a consistent sensitivity between all of these games. But that's just my personal opinion on stuff like that. Fire distance shooting though is very good. Great practice for a majority of heroes. Next one isn't really anything that you can practice, but I do definitely think it's worth having saved in your presets. It's the Ana nade tool from Darwin. But of course, as you've seen, there's other things that you can have instead. Baptiste, Sombra, Orisa, Sigma, all are down. You can see their effective ranges with abilities. So it's a good idea to just sort of like run around the map and work out good nade spots, especially with Ana. Getting into the idea of knowing how like high in the air you need to be looking for a grenade to go. Once that gets learned, it's a huge tool that you'll be able to have in the future. Another one from Darwin is the Sniper Nest. This is great if you are either wanting to practice Widowmaker, but I think it's just really good to get some practice into just looking for targets, making sure that you're being as eagle-eyed as possible. And this is a great way to test it. It's kind of like a spot the difference, where's Waldo, and then shoot him in the head almost. But I really like this game mode. As somebody that's not really interested in playing Widowmaker, it's good to try and spot targets like a Zenyatta, really like try and quickly look around the map to try and find your target. Always good practice. Using your eyes is very important in games like this. So another one that's great to try, even if you're not interested in playing a sniper character, just to get into the mindset, I feel. And finally, this one doesn't look all that exciting, but I actually really enjoyed this one, maybe more than the others. It's a Genji dash trainer from Provoxin, and it works similar to like a mobile game, I feel. We have to dash one target and dash the other, and every round is different. And what I really like is speeding up the tempo and just trying to practice going for the 180 flicker round, just practicing where you want to be looking in the right position. It doesn't really matter if you miss any, you just reset. So start off slowly, get used to, you know, turning your mouse and stuff, then eventually like up the tempo and try and hit a streak as much as possible. Really helps you in order to go, oh, there's a target behind me. I know how much I need to flick by if I want to shoot them. A nice way to sort of, I feel like, warm up your upper shoulder, like your rear delt, in those areas where I've personally had a lot of problems. Like, I don't know about some of you guys, but I get proper mouse shoulder, and so I've had a lot of pain in that. So a lot of this stuff has been really good for me to just sort of condition my arm a bit more. I think all of these are just really good to sort of have all preset, all saved. So when you are queuing, you can just jump into one of these and wait for 5, 10, 20 minutes, hopefully nothing more than that. But that's everything I wanted to go over. If there are any other workshop modes that you think I should have highlighted in order to improve whilst you're waiting, let me know in the comments below. Also, like I said at the start of the video, I did want to shout out HyperX. We've been working with them for quite a few years now, and myself and Miska use their mice, their keyboards, their headsets. I've got a fair few headsets now for HyperX I use for multiple things. Like, for example, I have the Cloud Mix wireless Bluetooth headset, which I take abroad with me if I'm flying or traveling home, because I will be doing that for Christmas, or going to the gym, where a wireless headset is really useful there. swear when I'm not using that, I like to use the in-ear earphones, which are great when I'm just out and about going into town in Bristol, for example, what have you. Do definitely check out their website, see what stuff might be in your budget range perhaps. Prices may go down after Christmas, like they sometimes do, so it's definitely worth checking it out. You might be able to get a good deal post-Christmas, going into the new year, if you're interested. But that's enough from me. I really enjoyed making this video. It's a bit different to what I'm used to, but I would love to do more stuff like this on how to improve in the future and not talk about a particular meta patch. Thanks for watching, take care, we'll see you then.